Creating a piece of work now for Partridge events, and this is for Ice Age 4. We're creating some stalagmites which come up from the floor, created in polystyrene, so they give it a nice 3D effect. Now, because this was a very short-term display, the actual client wanted something which was relatively cost-effective, and something which it would last the duration of the exhibition, and then possibly that they could throw away afterwards. They're carving them from an FR grade polystyrene. We cut them out with a hot wire, and we left all the kind of texture and the hot wire effects on them, and that added to the kind of strata lines of the ice, which looked really effective. Then we went on top of that with a filler just to lose a kind of polystyrene effect, because once the polystyrene shows up, it loses all the kind of like the ice illusion. So we coated them completely in a really soft filler, and then we waited for that to dry. And we put them out in the sun, and then we sanded them back afterwards, and we went over them several times just to lose that polystyrene beading. Once this part was done and we were happy with it, I went over with a really light emulsion spray, like to give it that kind of icy feel about it, and it was just the right kind of blue, and we could hit along the edge and the crisp edges of the ice effect and then fade into a white again, and it's a lovely trick, and it's really effective and really simple. We then sealed the whole lot with a lacquer, like just to give it a kind of an icy feel. And around the plywood base, we attached it by using a foam and then a scrim, just to make sure there wasn't any kind of movement like between the two. And here we are, just dusting the bases of the stalagmites. It's really kind of a crunchy emulsion with a very general sort of fleck of silver, and it just gives a nice little twinkle to the edge of the base, as if there's snow around them. The whole idea of it was to make sure that the set looked like a 3D element instead of just prints on the wall, and to make sure that people, when they were standing amongst it, felt that they were actually on set. The client was extremely happy with them, as it meant they got a quick, effective, cost-effective job. Now, when we were all sanded and painted and then sprayed and sealed, we actually bubble wrapped them up. And then they went onto a lorry, and we actually stood them up in a lorry, and they were really freestanding, so they went quite nice and safe. And when they actually landed on site in situ, they just unpicked the poly and stood them in place. Really effective all round. I look forward to doing some more work for Partridge events. Thank you very much indeed for the work.